Hey, there's a news story that's really capturing everyone's attention, including grabbing worldwide headlines at the moment. It is the trial of Erin Patterson, the alleged mushroom cook, who's up on a triple murder charge.
The beef Wellington.
It's extraordinary stuff. Now, she testified yesterday, and to get the latest, we went across to a friend and colleague of mine, Penelope Leirsch from 9 News, one of our court reporters, who is following the trial. Penny, good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Clint. Morning, Lauren.
So what happened yesterday?
So she was on the stand,
yeah.
was she?
Were you surprised?
Yeah, look, Erin Patterson has taken the stand. This trial has been going for 24 days now, so it's into its sixth week. The jury has heard from many, many witnesses from the prosecution, and it was after they officially said, we close our case, that her defence barrister got up very quickly and said, the defence will call Erin Patterson. Now, that was quite a moment in the courtroom, but the judge actually said to the jury, well, this might be an appropriate time to take a break. So everyone actually left the court for sort of 15 minutes, and then the jury came back in, and when they did, Erin Patterson was there. She was at the witness stand, and she was sworn in, so she took an affirmation rather than an oath, and it was quite a sort of a moment in the courtroom where obviously all eyes are always on the witness box, but they were on her to hear her exactly in her own words talking through what happened. Now, she was only up for about an hour yesterday. What she was being asked about was sort of her early relationship with her now estranged husband, Simon Patterson, and how she was feeling physically and emotionally with her relationship with his family and him at the time of this fatal lunch back in July 2023.
So when you say it was a real moment, was it expected that she wasn't going to get up?
It is entirely up to any accused whether or not they take the stand. They have the choice as to whether or not they do that. It's entirely a matter for everyone in their legal team whether they will give evidence. Some people do choose to give evidence in any sort of case. Others choose not to remain in the dock.
Yeah.
So it is entirely up to each individual person. But Erin Patterson now, she's been on this stand, as I said, for about an hour, and we expect that she will continue her evidence this morning.
So what sort of evidence have we heard already, Pen? Obviously, I've seen a few reports about her faith, also about her relationship with her estranged husband.
Yeah, so what she was sort of taken through was when she met Simon Patterson. She says, they met while they were both working at Monash Council in the early 2000s, and initially it was sort of through friends. They'd go to sort of group things together, and she says she was a very staunch atheist at that time, but they'd discuss things like religion and politics, and she actually said, I was trying to convert him to being an atheist, but it happened the other way, and I became a Christian. And she says this was after visiting the Currumborough Baptist Church, where his uncle Ian Wilkinson, one of the lunch guests, was preaching at the time. She said she had what she called a religious experience, and she became quite overwhelmed by that. She also spoke about at the time of this lunch, she and Simon, she said they were no longer really speaking in a super friendly way. They weren't really bantering. They were just functionally communicating about things like this.
And so do we have any idea how long this case is going to go for?
Well, look, Erin Patterson, as we've said, she's been called by the defence as a witness, so how long she remains on the stand is entirely up to the prosecution and defence, who are questioning her, the defence, at the moment. But then there may be other witnesses called by the defence. That's entirely up to them. Then there'll have to be some closings. So we would expect that this will continue for a week or so, at least. Initially, the jury has been told 5 to 6 weeks was the estimate for the trial. We've just started week 6.
Pen, have you been in Morwell for 6 weeks?
Wow.
I have.
It's any wonder I haven't seen you around the office.
Yes, no one has seen many of us for a while. I have been here for 6 weeks. The people of Morwell have been very kind to have all of the media here, but it's been, it has sort of been a lengthy trial, as often these murder trials are, when there are a lot of witnesses and a lot of evidence to be called.
Well, it's caught the attention of the whole state, the whole country, and like Clint said, it's gathering news right around the world as well. So thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Penny. We'll see Penny's story on 9 News tonight at 6.
Wow.
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
Follow them on the socials.